Okay, I really want to pull this carb off, because I tried to start it there last fall. This thing's always kind of binds too a little bit. I gotta look at that. I wasn't getting fuel on this side anyway. It appeared to me that it wasn't getting fuel at the idle circuit, and it was only running on that other cylinder. So I got an Allen wrench here that I've had to cut down short to get at this. This is why I hate taking these carbs off. They're so freaking hard to get at. What the hell? I had them yesterday. Take over this crossover pipe, get it out of the way. This oil line's kind of in the way. This oil line here with the little rubber grommet on it, there's supposed to be like a little wire hook here that this latches into. I see one on eBay. I've got it marked for like 1.5 years now. But I forgot what they wanted for, like 15 bucks or something like that. Maybe, I don't know what it was, but it just seemed too high. Maybe I'll order one. So I got the threads cleaned out so well in these holes here for the bolts for the carb that I can just spin it out with my fingers once I get it loose. So that makes it a lot easier. Disconnect the fuel line here. And I may as well take the cables off too. Put this on my bench. Oh, there goes the bolt. Oh, it's still on there, okay. I'll have to rebalance the carbs again and double check everything. These are brand new carbs, no miles on them. Okay, let's have a look on the inside. Supposedly you can change the idle circuit jets on this. Like they're just spotlessly clean, like it's brand new. but I had fuel sitting in it for quite a while. So the gaskets, everything's going to be spotless, but I want to check out this idle circuit, and I'm assuming that's the plug right there. There's the Welch plug, and yeah, they got it plugged here. Oh, for left and right, so the air inlet's on this side. That mixes the air. Yeah, this pulls the fuel up here. Let's see what's in here. I think this is where the idle circuit's at here. On the original AMO carbs, this was the problem. They always plugged right in this passageway, right in the corner, right in there. It was a built-in idle circuit orifice. And this carb here, looks like you can get at it to clean it. That's my only concern with this carb, is this right here. If this is good, then my problem was probably the ignition. That's it there. Let me get my light. A magnifying glass. The hole going through that way's nice and clear. The emulsion part. And this is the idle circuit jet right in the end here, and it's not like you can see right through it or anything, so I don't see daylight through it, so I'm going to try to stick a wire through it. I just got a garbage bag twist tie. It's a pretty fine wire. It might be too big. Fits in there. Fits right in there. I know, Jeff, I should have the rubber gloves on. some compressed air through there. The air blows through it. Okay, let's try that. Still hard to see through it because it's, you know, a blind hole, so, but it does look clear, so. I guess I could have, no, I couldn't get that on the bike because it sits this way. Couldn't get at that on the bike. Nor can you get at the other one. These are facing to the inside, so it had to come apart. I'm going to try to peen this bleeder a little bit better because it keeps getting, there's a sharp edge there and it keeps getting hung up, so I'm going to peen that over a little bit better. What that bleeder does, it just pushes down on the float so that the needle opens up, floods the engine. It's working a little better. Here's the drain plug on it, and it's the gasket It's kind of half rubber, half paper, and it just broke on the other one, so I kind of made one, but I don't trust them. What would be nice is like those red Bakelite ones, something like that. We'll see if this one will stay on there. You don't need to tighten it too much, but the last time I tightened the other one, it just split. Okay, I'm going to check the other idle circuit on the bike. There's the other one. Tilt it up. Right there's the screw for the other one, so I'm going to take that out and just clean it right there. I don't. The screwdriver needs to be really fine. I should have more light there. The left carburetor ran all right, but see if I can see anything going through here. Hard to tell. At least you can get at these ones. Okay, I'm gonna blow it out. Just doesn't seem. Okay, there, that's nice and clear there. It's got to be good. Okay, put this carb back on. Man, I think we're getting close. I made these gaskets last time because I went through all the ones that I had because I took the carbs off so many times. So I'll have to get some new ones. Put a little bit of this gasket sealer on here just to hold it in place. Yeah, maybe try to stick this in at the same time. It's been a while since I had these things off. There we go. Just get this rubber boot on first. Makes it easier to get the bolts in. Now the tricky one. So much easier if that oil line wasn't there. There. Spin them all the way in by hand, and then I just have to snug them up. See these little red Bakelite washers? I like those the best for these bottom ones, but we have to look around for them. Probably should have put that on before I put the carb on it. Okay. I think I can put the fuel tank back on. They're out of balance. I don't know if you can hear, but I know I fucked with them there last fall, and I hear like it when you close the throttle, you hear like a ta-tunk, ta-tunk, ta-tunk. So they're hitting, either hitting the idle screw at a different time, or they're just out of balance. Let me check that. I had the other idle screw, the idle screw over there turned up a little bit. Now it doesn't go click click. I think when I got it running last year, I was trying to turn that idle up and I couldn't get it running on this cylinder. Okay, I think it's ready for the tank. I think it's ready to go back together. There. I started with this bike. A lot of these parts didn't come with this bike. Like these reflectors didn't come with it. The halo came with it. No, the halo didn't come with it. There was a different forks up here altogether. It was the wrong ones. Yeah, I think I bought this bike over 4 years ago now, because it was at my other house before I moved. And I've been living here 4.5 years. I must have bought this bike 5 years ago in Quebec. Man, it's hard to believe it was that long. Three Rivers, Quebec, for $1,100. Basically, the exhaust is all different. The tank's different because I've got a steel tank on here now. The fiberglass one's here somewhere. I think the fenders are the same. I didn't replace the fenders. The headlight was wrong on the other one. I kept a tally of how much money I've stuck into this bike. I've got it down on my computer. I stopped calculating last year, but I know roughly. I think I was at, with the cost of the bike, $1,100. I put $5,000 into it, $6,500. And I've probably, well, I just spent another $100 on that electronic ignition. I don't think I included the paint job. My nephew and buddy did. So there's another $300-400 there for the tank. I think I paid him. I can't remember what I paid him. Maybe $350. I probably got 65, say $7,000 into this bike, maybe $7,200. And there's still a few more things I want to do, like change that sump valve on the oil tank. But that company in Holland there, somebody sent me a link to them, and I contacted them, and they don't take credit cards, they don't take PayPal, so you have to buy, I think, euro, and then transfer that to an account. That's kind of rubbing a little bit there, eh? You have to transfer that to the type of account they use. And it's, so you don't know, you know, it's going to work out to about €100, it sounds like. So I don't know. Maybe somebody over there can buy me that valve, and I'll send you the money. It's just too complicated the way they got it set up, because it's like I've got to buy an excess amount of euro to buy it, because, and I think there's a 25% tax. It's a ridiculous amount of tax on top of it. I'll have to look it up again, but it's too complicated and they're getting too costly. Anyways, I'm just about ready to put gas in this thing. Well, actually, I'm going to drain this gas out and I'm going to put fresh gas in it. So let me finish hooking this up. Needs oil. I think it's sumped again. I can't remember if I drained it. I think I did drain it because I was going to change that valve there. Or put a valve in here, that Dutch one. But I'll pull the drain plug out again. I got the gas drained out of it. Gotta put the hose is back on. And I pulled the sump, big bolt in the bottom there, drain washer, drain bolt. And I got about half a liter, 3/4 of a liter of oil on it. But I'd already drained that tank before last fall because I was going to change it. So I got to get some more motor oil for it. And I'm out of beer too. So I'll get some beer and some motor oil. Put it in there. And I got some fresh gas outside. I'll fill that up. And I hope she's gonna go. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. Everything's checked. It's gotta go this time. Okay, let me go get that stuff. I got my beer and I got my motor oil. I think I'm ready to finish this thing. Today's Wednesday. I didn't come out here yesterday. I went across the bridge to the United States because I had a feeling they're gonna shut it down, and sure enough, today they shut down all borders to Canada from the United States, just allowing truck traffic, commercial traffic to go through. So I got some parts. Well, actually, that's what I picked up over there. This is another 5-gallon tank that I'm gonna try to make it fit on this FXR, because they just come with a 3.2 gallon. And I have another one over here similar to it, but this has got this is for fuel injected. It's got the fuel pump in here, where this one doesn't. So I'm just gonna grind off this tab here. Peter's gonna smoothen this out for me with a little bit of Bondo. Got to change the bracket here, cut a little notch in the back, and make that fit, and then hopefully he can paint it to match. But who knows how long that's gonna take. Anyways, let's get some oil in this bike and some gas and give it a kick. I'm using Lucas 20W 50 weight synthetic oil. These were on sale, $8 each, 2 for $16. They're normally $10 each. Some people use straight 30 weight, straight 40 weight, straight 50 weight, 10-40. 20-50 is most common, I think, and that's what was originally recommended for the bike, as I believe. Lots of comments on how zinc additives should be used with these old engines for help lubricating the valves. Combustion train. Takes 2.5 quarts. I had maybe half, 3/4 of a liter in the sump there last night. I drained out. This was already drained. I drained it before. Okay, we'll get my gas. Up to there. It's not over the hump, but should be good. Get a screwdriver. In case I got to turn the idle up. Put that right there. Turn the fuel on. So I'm trying to think. Mine's over here, eh? Yeah, it's going across the cross pipe. It's filling this side up too. Nothing leaking. Let the air out of this side. Oh. Actually, I meant to put more of a charge on that battery. Hopefully it's got enough for a spark. But I didn't charge it up. I should have charged it up. Okay, let's okay, that one's bleeding. Tickling. There, that one's finally trickling. The keys. Lights off. So choke is released when that's like that. Don't know if it's going to need it or not, but I'll try to kick it from standing on here, otherwise I'll put it down there. It wants to tip over when it's up here. Oh. Shut this choke off. Almost wet. Give a little throttle there. She's gonna go. Had to give a little throttle. I gotta get the idle turned down too low. I just ate lunch. I'm not going to give any, just going to give some more gas. Or throttle here. I just feel warm. They're both warm. That's a good sign. Oh, this choke was coming on. I'm dying. That choke was half on. That's the problem with these chokes. That's where everybody eliminates them. Is because you gotta, to shut the choke off, you gotta pull it against the spring. So over time, the spring tension turns the choke back on. Let's get some air. Shut the furnace on. Heartburn here. Okay. I also got to put a meter on it, make sure it's charging, since I replaced all that charging system as well. It's going to go. I should have had it running there. It's finally firing up on both cylinders. Sounds good. I'm probably going to turn the idle up. I should be in better shape than this. Okay. Get a little trickle. Trickle here. What the hell? check the oil here. Adjust the mixer screws. Let's see where they're at. Half, one, 1.5, half, one, 1.5. Just want to dial in those two mixture screws a little bit. Now it's Budweiser time. Finally got that mother effort going. So it was the ignition. That's what it was. It was that old boiler ignition. I left the key on last year. I came out and left it on, the battery was dead, and with that key on, there's constant power to that boiler ignition system. And when I shut it off, charged the battery up, and I came out, I could hear a buzzing in the one pipe, so it fried something. It wasn't firing on this cylinder. You get the spark with no compression, but it wouldn't run on that cylinder. She's running pretty good right now. I still got to put timing light on it, and I'm going to fine tune those carbs a little more, pull the breather off with my fingers again, just double check all that, because I was screwing around with it there last year, I think. Oh, it sounds pretty good right now. It sounds really good. It's probably, the temperature's probably plus 4 or 5 degrees right now. It's kind of cool for a ride, and the roads are kind of muddy. Oh my God, that one's done. A few finishing touches to it, and got to clean it all again. And I really want to put in that oil tank anti-sump valve there that's made in Holland. I just got to figure out how to order it. It's too complicated. My sister-in-law lives in Holland. He lives in Amsterdam, but the place where they make it isn't, where they sell it isn't in Amsterdam. It's south of there. She doesn't have a car. But oh man, she runs. Now she's start right up now. Okay, all you Norton fans, so she runs, it's done. I'll be doing some finishing touches on it, that's for sure. And I really want to put that anti-sump valve in there, because again, last night I emptied out between 1/2 and 3/4 of a liter in that sump again. And I'll probably upgrade the oil line hoses, and I'll probably put an inline oil filter in this. I just want to get it all up and running and complete, and then I can do those add-ons. And I'll film those as I'm doing them. I'll do a test drive in a couple days when it warms up. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. And I'll bring my GoPro and we'll go for a test drive on it. That's it for today. I haven't cut this this part of the film edited. It's been running for 18 minutes and 5 seconds. So you see me there struggling with it, get it started. I think I flooded it a little bit. That's what I initially did. But she runs good. Thanks for watching.